Be join us tonight among our special guests, Cicely Tyson, Tim Matheson, and Lainey Kazan. And also, we have a special red telephone on the set. It's going to be a very exciting evening.
It's important. It's incisive. It's insightful. It's powerful stuff. It's 48 Hours, Thursdays.
This is CBS.
A gunman shoots a nurse's aide at an area hospital and at this moment is being pursued by law officers. We'll have a live report.
Hundreds of acres are being consumed by fire. We'll have a live report from the scene in Montgomery County.
Plus details of a 9th grader who fatally shot himself in front of his classmates.
KOAM News is next.
Suns are rising, biscuits are baking, birds are singing, and you're just waking to the good time, great taste, breakfast and morning play.
Good morning. Welcome to McDonald's.
The good time, great taste of McDonald's.
Kraft introduces side dishes with a difference.
Look what Kraft is cooking. Ooh, side dishes. Mama passed it over. So delicious.
Introducing potatoes, rice, and pasta dishes that feature real Kraft cheese. The only pasta salads with real dressing in the box.
We know what makes you hungry. We got what it takes. Oh, what a difference Kraft makes.
New Kraft side dishes, real Kraft cheeses and dressings. Oh, what a difference.
This is KOAM News at 10 with Paula Lynn, Dow Quick, Mark Haka with weather, and Darren Prather on sports.
Good evening. A shooting tonight at the Nevada City Hospital.
Police say a gunman shot a nurse's aide and believe they now have the suspect cornered. Kevin Petrin is live at the hospital with details.
Dow, what we know at this point is that a man walked into the Nevada City Hospital, went up to the 2nd floor where he walked into a nurse's station, pulled out a handgun, and shot a nurse's aide. Spectators here at the hospital say the nurse is the man's ex-husband. The assailant fired up to 3 times. At least one of those bullets passed through the victim and struck the hospital's fire alarm. In the panic that ensued when the firemen arrived, the assailant fled in a car. City police officers, sheriff's deputies, and other nearby law enforcement officers were called in to pursue. Witnesses here at the hospital say the suspect was very calm, and one man who rode the elevators to the 2nd floor with the suspect said the assailant never gave no indication he was about to shoot someone. Police officers say they know who the man is. They found his car, and officers are currently chasing the suspect in a wooded area northwest of Nevada. We have unconfirmed reports that the suspect fired at police officers and that he may have shot up a home belonging to the victim's father. At this point, I have not been able to confirm those reports. We also know that the Highway Patrol helicopter has been called in to help the search near Stottsbury and Metz, northwest of Nevada, like I said. The victim is alive and at this point has been transferred to another hospital. There is no report on her condition at this hour. This is Kevin Petrin reporting live in Nevada.
Thanks, Kevin. Another major story is breaking at this moment. An estimated 5,000 acres are on fire. Smoke is rolling across a 10-mile area, and the sky over Montgomery County is aglow.
Over 100 firefighters have been fighting a brush fire since early this evening. Lisa Olagues is on the scene and has this live report. Lisa.
Thanks, Paula. Down. There is a line of fire in every direction you turn here in Montgomery County. The area I'm standing in has been burned through, but the blaze has blackened more than 10 square miles. Luckily, there are only 8 residences here, and no one has been hurt. Most of the land is part of the Elk City Reservoir, a wildlife area. But protecting those few houses has been difficult. To tell us about that now, joining us is Montgomery County Fire Marshal Gene Tucker. Mr. Tucker, can you tell us, it seems like you're not only battling the blaze, but also the elements of Mother Nature. What are the problems?
Lisa, our biggest problem has been the gusty winds. Winds clocked at over 50 miles per hour, and the fact that it is rough terrain, full of cedar trees, and the wind is just whipping the flames, and we're having trouble getting to the heads of the fires and making the stops. Plus, we do have a few homes in the area, and that's creating a problem is protecting them.
How did you protect those houses?
What we've done, we brought in some pumpers that we use at structure fires and set them up to wet down the areas and be prepared when the fires did come up to the homes so we could save them. Luckily, we haven't lost a home.
There are still fires burning and sparks flying. Is it under control, and what are your concerns over the night?
As far as under control, I'd like to say it is under control. Hopefully it is. Our biggest problem is going to be in the morning when the winds whip back up. Of course, the winds are still blowing right now, but they do say by midnight they will die down.
Thank you, Fire Marshal Tucker. Once again, more than 100 firefighters have been battling this blaze since about 3 o'clock today. Many of them will stay here throughout the night to keep an eye on the fire and to make sure that those homes are protected. Motorists should be aware that on Highway 160, wildlife might be on the road and some smoke may still be lingering on that road, so drive cautiously. Reporting live in Montgomery County, I'm Lisa Allegas, KOAM News.
Thank you, Lisa. Fire today claimed 2 young lives in southwest Missouri. 2.5-year-old Joseph Lee Rickman and 14-month-old Cody Elizabeth Rickman died in a house fire south of La Russell. Another person was severely burned and at last report was hospitalized. The fire marshal is investigating the incident. Counselors are now at work helping students and teachers deal with a tragic shooting at the school today. A Jefferson City 9th grader fatally shot himself in the head during his second-hour science class. 14-year-old Donald Payne apparently brought the handgun from home and shot himself in front of about 22 students. Payne's first-hour teacher said he noticed something was wrong because Payne didn't say goodbye after class.
2 red grapes are causing a scramble in the nation's supermarkets. After finding 2 cyanide-laced grapes in Philadelphia, the FDA is pulling fruit off the nation's shelves. Bill Baldini has details.
The best advice that I can give is to be safe, not sorry. Don't consume any fresh fruit from Chile, and don't panic on the other hand.
Grapes and other fruit from Chile is disappearing from shelves across the nation because of that warning. The cause of the problem is 2 single grapes were found to have small doses of cyanide in them at the Port of Philadelphia. The discovery was made after the U.S. Embassy in Chile received 2 telephone warnings that the grapes were contaminated. Considering hundreds of thousands of crates come into the Philadelphia port, finding 2 contaminated grapes was pure luck.
They do physically open them up, and we look at each individual fruit that is inside the crate.
Each grape you look at?
As the process that we have set up, yes, it's each grape type of a look.
It's reported that 65% of all the fruit from Chile comes through the Port of Philadelphia. Some of the other Chilean fruits being quarantined are peaches, nectarines, blueberries, cantaloupes, raspberries, pears, plums, and Granny Smith apples.
But what we're really talking about is 2 individual grapes that had cyanide in them, not enough to harm a small child.
That's right.
Nothing else was found.
That's correct.
The contamination level is so small that it would take 2,000 grapes to seriously harm a small child. However, the inspections continue, and the FDA says it does not know how long the quarantine will last. Bill Baldini for CBS News.
Grocery stores in this area are joining the nationwide movement, removing all suspect fruit from their shelves.
You never know whether it's going to be widespread or not. So you have to take precaution, I feel like.
All these countries that we import fruit and stuff from, it seems like we have to check them, and they don't check them themselves good enough.
If you've bought fruit in the last 2 weeks, you should check for signs of tampering. The contaminated grapes had puncture marks with rings of crystalline material around the holes, and they were discolored. Authorities say you should also check to find out where the fruit was grown. If you don't know, don't risk it. Chile is blaming the contamination on terrorists. Fruit exports from Chile have come to a halt as Canada, Japan, Denmark, and other countries have closed their markets to Chilean fruit. Still to come, we'll tell you how Oklahomans voted today.
And the Missouri Senate debates a tax bill to fund higher education.
Your Ford dealers say
March right now. Buy that new Ford.
March is savings time. Now get low financing or factory cash back. Buy Ford Festiva now, get 4.9 financing or up to a $400 rebate. Buy Ford Taurus now, save $700 on options plus get a $500 rebate. Buy Ford Escort now, get 4.9 financing or a $500 rebate. So march right into your local Ford dealer now.
Buy that new Ford today.
Quality people, quality product.
rockets, in the Sonic. Cause I got a big appetite. And I want it in a hurry. And it's gonna taste just right. Sonic.
And now, tune into Sonic's Joplin Jukebox Kids Meal. A nifty jukebox coloring sheet, 3 fruit-scented markers, and a scrumptious kids meal. Packed in a Sonic Rockin' Jumpin' Jukebox.
Sonic, put it all together. Faster and better than ever. Sonic.
The great $1 million floor covering extravaganza is on at Lumberjack Carpet and More. Every roll of carpet in the store is tagged with savings up to half off. Commercial grades as low as $3.99 a yard. Stain-resistant nylon plushes as low as $4.95 a yard. Stainmaster cotton loops or plushes only $9.95 a yard. Remnants and short rolls half price. Don't miss the great $1 million floor covering extravaganza going on now at Lumberjack Carpet and More.
I said, man.
If you think we should tell the kids we're down here.
Are you drunk? Say, pneumonoids! Pneumonoids! Ah, all right. Now, this is something I will cherish the rest of my life. Now, all of you, get out.
Tomorrow night at 6:30 on KOAM TV.
Oklahoma voters have given their overwhelming approval to a change in the state's constitution. The amendment will limit the length of legislative sessions and set specific dates for the sessions. Under the change, lawmakers will be required to finish their work by the last Friday in May. With all but a small percentage of votes in, the issue is passing by a margin of about 75% to 25%. Should Missourians be asked to spend more for higher education? Well, a bill that would have asked voters to approve a tax hike was withdrawn today after angry debate.
The Senate bill would have increased corporate and individual income taxes to generate over $300 million for higher education. Some lawmakers argue that state colleges need to be more efficient with the money they now receive.
In terms of real dollars, when you take out inflation, we've seen something like a 9% decrease in actual total dollars, real total dollars, in the last 10 years.
Some college presidents say they will head a petition drive to put a tax increase proposal before voters if the General Assembly fails to approve a similar measure. Any tax increase would have to be approved by voters. 1 out of every 3 Missouri college students go to school at local community colleges. There are currently 11 two-year institutions across the state, including Crowder College. School officials say the smaller colleges are being left out of the state's higher education funding plan.
In the current year, we're looking at a 7.5% increase recommended by the governor. That does not necessarily mean 7.5% for any given community college, in that abnormal growth in some, particularly St. Louis, which dominates the system in terms of numbers of students, could actually result in level or even declining funding for some of the smaller community colleges.
Crowder College received almost $1.5 million this year. The school has over 1,500 students. Well, a little later, we'll tell you why giving a pet for an Easter present may not be a good idea.
And that dust is still high overhead, but Mark assures us the sun will shine through tomorrow.
You're watching KOAM News at 10 with Dow Quick, Paula Lynn, Mark Haka, and Jay Radzavage.
Now the Packers have an even more powerful passion for Mazzio's Pizza, because Mazzio's proudly presents Soho Shades, a $15 value, just a paltry $1.49 with pizza purchase, plus the chance to pick up a perfectly preserved 1966 Mustang convertible. So pop in for a pizza, a pair of shades, and a possible prize. And like the Packers, you just might find Mazzio's a little pizza paradise. Mazzio's, the Packers' preferred pizza place.
March is used car month at Griffith Motors in the O-Show.
And something nice will happen to you.
Nice, you bet. Nobody has a bigger selection and nicer cars at lower prices. How about an 86 Acura Legend, $16,900. 88 3/4-ton GMC, just $10,500. 83 Cadillac Sedan DeVille, $69.95. Or an 84 Nissan Sentra, just $35.95.
Something nice.
They're all nice.
Go with Griffith in the Auto Show.
At Farm Bureau Insurance, we've had Kansas covered for over 50 years. Ever since 1938, we've earned a reputation for helping when you needed us. We're a Kansas company insuring only Kansans, and we've had a long history of the insurance industry's highest rating for serving your changing needs. Farm Bureau Insurance, now with over 350 agents statewide, in the city or the country. Just like we have for over 50 years, we've got Kansas covered.
Mega Bingo, the big one, is here at Grove Bingo. Play Mega Bingo via satellite nationwide for just $5 above any packet at Grove Bingo. High stakes Mega Blackouts with 50 numbers or less wins $500,000. Our first Mega Blackouts with over 50 numbers wins $10,000. Plus, first Mega B-Rolls wins $1,000. Play Mega Bingo at the area's most spacious new bingo hall, Grove Bingo. For more information, please call the toll-free numbers.
You no doubt saw overhead late this evening and I guess late this afternoon the dust in the air. It looked like fog or mist. It was
right.
dust.
Many misconceptions. A lot of people phoned in, thought it was fog. Some people thought it was a storm moving in. So definitely harmless, although for respiratory stress, it could have been a little problem. But definitely it will be moving out here soon.
Okay.
Our current conditions outside cooling off quickly now. 41 degrees, relative humidity 37%. That makes the dew point very low at 17 degrees. Winds are from the northwest and still gusty, but not near as bad after having gusts up to 45 miles per hour down to 22. And the barometer is rising at 29.88 inches of mercury. Let's take a quick look at what it looked like right before sunset tonight. It was perfectly clear, but you could not tell it, folks. Kind of unbelievable. It did look like a fog that rolled in. But there's the sun. It was hard to see there around 4 and 5 o'clock as we finally had some of that dust roll in from the west. The main reason why, actually, it was not our dust. It was dust and dirt which originated a couple of 100 miles to our west, mainly in eastern Colorado and western Kansas. Earlier today, up to 72-mile-per-hour wind gusts reported out in Hill City, Kansas. Very strong northwesterly winds. Unfortunately, they haven't had the moisture we've had in the last several weeks, so they have very dry soil out there. That wind picked it up, created a lot of dust out in that area of the state by midday, and gradually, as the day worked on, that dust was carried into our immediate viewing area, first of all Kansas, and then spreading into western Missouri, northern sections of Oklahoma, and then by even after sunset, even northwestern Arkansas did see some of that dust, mainly in the upper levels of the atmosphere. Out in the high plains, it was zero visibility at the surface, but most of the dust today and tonight in our area has been aloft. Some of it has been at the surface. This is what we are looking at. It is clear to partly cloudy over our 4 states. Of course, still quite a bit of dust over our immediate viewing area. A lot higher cloud tops, though, to our north, and boy, have they really had quite the blizzard conditions up from the Dakotas all the way into Michigan. Wakefield, Michigan, now having about 15 inches of new snow, and in central sections of Minnesota up to 1 foot of new snow as this very intense low-pressure system wrapped up. By the way, that is why very strong winds in our area today, the counterclockwise circulation bringing us those gusty northwesterly winds. And in advance of this system, some rather severe weather, golf ball-sized hail reported in Walkerton, Indiana, and still some tornado watches out for parts of Indiana, Illinois, into Ohio and Michigan. Very warm to the south of the front and quite cold to the north. No rain or snow over the 4 states. Still some intense thunderstorm activity southeastern Illinois. Many watches out for southern Great Lakes region and the Ohio Valley region. Snowing around the Twin Cities, even into Scottsbluff, Nebraska, and even the Omaha, Des Moines areas having some very light snow flurry activity. High pressure building in tomorrow. It will be cooler, but dying winds and sunshine promising to be a little more comfortable of a day. Independence, 75 degrees today. The area's high, 39 this morning in Fort Scott in Nevada, although many of us are now at the low for the day as temperatures continue to drop and probably will go below freezing in many instances tonight. 42 in Pittsburgh, 45 Joplin, 52 in Rogers, and 49 in Miami. 63 degrees in Fort Smith, 27. They could see a few flurries tonight in Goodland. Tonight, well, still some dusty skies, but clear, diminishing north-northwest winds, lows 26 to 36. Tomorrow, maybe some haze, but otherwise sunny. Winds becoming easterly, highs 46 to 56. Tomorrow night, fair with lows mainly in the 30s. And the forecast now for Thursday, clear to partly cloudy and milder, highs of 60 to 65 degrees. The extended forecast, a mild period, although somewhat cooling by Sunday, and a chance of thunderstorms late Friday, most of the day Saturday, and possibly into early Sunday, but Saturday has our best chance of rain. Our weather photograph tonight, I thought this was interesting. Peekaboo, thanks to some crocuses in the snow there. Ted Sherman of Pittsburgh sent us this picture. A little different there.
Oh, that's really nice.
It's like pushing for spring, something like that.
And
We all are. Yes. Missouri Southern and Pitt State athletes have been named to an all-star team. Sports next.
Every once in a while, the perfect combination comes along. New Minute microwave dishes and your microwave. Just add water, and together in one step, they'll make rich, creamy, beautiful side dishes. Favorites like noodles Alfredo, or chicken-flavored rice that taste great coming out of your microwave because they're specially made to go in. Quick, easy, delicious New Minute microwave dishes from Minute and your microwave. They're made for each other.
Got your cotton, your Polly's got your permanent press. Got the right beer now to get us through this mess. Having some fun while it's going around. The silver bullet won't slow you down. So come on into Coors Light. It's the right beer now.
When you're having fun, the last thing you want to do is slow it down. So come on into Coors Light, the great light beer for a good long time.
It's the right beer now.
Sutherland's got the cure for cabin fever in their biggest spring sale ever. Lawn mowers, rakes, hoes, shovels, and building material specials you wouldn't believe. Why, I feel better already with the big spring sale. There's never been a case of cabin fever they couldn't cure. Sutherland's spring sale, going on now.
Remember to pick up your spring catalog at your local Sutherland.
Well, Jay, what do you have for us tonight?
I've got some all-stars from some of the local basketball teams. They're not participating in the NAI tournament up in Kansas City, but nonetheless, they were honored today. 3 players each from the PSU Gorillas and the Missouri Southern Lions basketball teams received some postseason honors today. Jeff Green was selected as a first-team All-CSI selection. Green was the only 2-time first-teamer on the list of 10. The 6'6" senior from Macon, Georgia, averaged 21 points and 8 rebounds for the Gorillas. Also selected as honorable mention candidates were Tony Fleming and Amos Alford for PSU, and Brad Jackson, David Lurvey, and Sam Wilcher for the Missouri Southern Lions. None of those players were involved in tonight's first-round action of the NAIA tournament in Kansas City. In fact, the only CSIC team who earned a bid was Washburn. They'll play Duluth, Minnesota tomorrow. Plenty of action all day, though, today. Jim Hornacek hit the jumper for St. Ambrose here in this game. He had 17 points for the winners. Yeah, the winners. St. Ambrose did get an upset tonight. They beat Hussein. Hussein did have a chance to win it at the buzzer here. They're a team from Maine. They missed, though. St. Ambrose improves its record to 26-7 with the upset as they go on to win 89-88. The NCAA basketball tournament gets underway on Thursday at noon, and today was travel day for many of the participants. The University of Minnesota boarded a plane for Greensboro, North Carolina today. They play Kansas State. The game will be the first to get started in the 64-team tournament. It was a big disappointment for Oklahoma State when they failed to make the tournament, and even a bigger disappointment today when sophomore Richard Dumas was suspended from the team. Dumas has admitted he has a substance abuse problem, and he will reportedly check into a rehabilitation center. The Cowboys season isn't quite over. They're involved in the NIT tournament and will begin play Friday against Boise State. And the Detroit Pistons are firing away in the NBA Central Division. They hold the best record in basketball right now and they were looking to go a full game up on idle Cleveland tonight against Indiana. We go to the action. This is the end of the first quarter. Chuck Pearson hits the jumper for the Pacers. Stuart Gray hits James Edwards. Edwards hits Gray. Edwards hits the official. Yeah, you get the picture. There'll be some fines assessed, no doubt. Things cooled off except for Pearson. He had another jumper here, hot from the floor. The Pistons showed some signs of playing all but the easy part. Dennis Rodman off the back of the iron there. Indiana went on the other way with it. They got the 2 points here, but no, the Pistons did come back. We go to the scoreboard, and we see Detroit defeats Indiana by the score of 129 to 117. Elsewhere in the NBA tonight, the Knicks continue their roll by defeating the Sonics 116 to 110. Phoenix hands Atlanta a 2-point loss, 114-112. It's Charlotte getting beat bad at the half, 79-46 to Denver. In a couple late games, Houston will visit Sacramento, and Golden State will visit Portland. Also, one other score to report on. We just got a phone call from Missouri Southern. They were beaten by 1 run in the bottom of the 7th inning. It was a 7-inning game. Jim Baranski did hit a home run, and David Fisher, the freshman from Joplin, got a home run. Mark Stebbins takes the loss as their record falls to 2-9. Although 8 of those teams were Division I opponents, so they still got a very good baseball club, and we're going to follow them closely this spring.
All right, thanks, Jay.
One humane society is saying to just say no to Easter animals. We'll tell you why next.
America's top business managers, they're not stuck in offices. They don't work 9 to 5. They don't even work downtown. They're here, American farmers, using top management tools like classic herbicide for roots and all weed control in soybeans. Classic.
Super sale savings throughout all our stores. Save on ladies and men's fashions, juniors and young men's concepts, children's, and everything for your home. For 5 days only, you'll find tremendous super sale savings you can't pass up. Shop early for the lowest prices of the season with super sale days at Hers, North Park Mall, Park Central, and Battlefield Mall in Springfield.
Drive this tractor. Feel the power of the new 7.6-liter engine. Try the automatic engaging front-wheel drive. Experiment with the new IntelliTrack information system. Drive this tractor or any of the 6 new 105 to 200 horsepower tractors from John Deere. Clearly the leader and pulling away.
Your John Deere dealer in Oswego, Kansas is Southeast Equipment Company, North Highway 59, Oswego.
So is it going to be a little foggy in the morning?
I think the dust will clear and bringing sunshine by later in the morning. Temperatures around 30.
Sports note. I reported earlier today that Tony Mandarich of Michigan State was going to leave the playing field. It's not true. He's going to leave school under accusations of steroid abuse.
Okay, thanks, Jay.
Well, if you want to give your little niece or cousin an Easter bunny this year, make sure its nose doesn't twitch.
The Humane Society is saying to stay away from the cute, cuddly bunnies and chicks unless your family is ready to take on the responsibility of a new pet. Christine Trussell tells us why.
How tempting they are. Baby bunnies, newborn chicks, a likely gift to end up in someone's Easter basket.
But the Humane Society says the only Easter bunny that should be in your house is the stuffed or chocolate variety, or the one who hides the eggs and then leaves.
There are people that get them as Easter gifts, and they're cute and cuddly, and then find out that they're more work than they expected.
The society discourages giving rabbits, chicks, or ducks as gifts because they frequently suffer from neglect or improper care in the weeks following Easter.
It will be show rabbits.
Lyle Roberts has been raising and selling rabbits for about 8 years. He says the demand for his critters increases at Easter time, but he says he's cautious who he sells to.
A lot of them buy them and take them out and turn them loose, and that's just like taking a dog out, turning them loose, because they can't survive.
In a very short time, they're not going to be the soft, cuddly little chicken that you think of. They're going to be
with feathers and be kind of ugly.
Anytime that a live animal is involved, it takes a lot of thinking, and make sure that everybody in the family is prepared to help deal with that animal.
And they're not exactly the most inexpensive gifts. Rabbits are selling in some pet stores for as much as $30, a price tag that may convince the Easter Bunny to hop on after these other traditional, less expensive gifts. Christine Tressel for CBS News, Champaign, Illinois.
Updates on the Nevada shooting and manhunt and the Montgomery County brush fires will come your way tomorrow on KOAM News.
Good night. Make it a great tomorrow.
If you see news happening, call one of the KOAM news lines.